Well, thank you for joining us tonight, the Derby Stars team. We're really excited to talk to you about your all's project. Just really quickly wanted to see if you can give us a quick introduction on who you are on the team, and kind of go from there.
Okay, hello. My name is Jisoo Jung. I am head of business for Derby Stars, and a person next to me is the COO of Derby Stars, Robert Song.
Yeah, very nice to meet you. My name is Robert Song. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of the Vistar team.
And let me just give you a brief introduction about Derby Stars. For those who don't know about what Derby Stars is, Derby Stars game is all about racing and racing horses. The goal of the game is to breed, grow, train your horse NFTs, as well as compete in PvE and PvP races in order to earn tokens as rewards. Our team was, most of our team made a game called Derby Days back in 2011, and it was like a really mega hit back then. The when the in Google Play, the it was number three in Google Play revenue, and it was serviced until 2017. So our team is trying to recreate that experience in Web3 with tokens and NFTs, and we're really excited to ship this product within this year.
Awesome! Super excited to hear that and to kind of dive into a little bit more about the game. Can you maybe just give us a quick rundown on the game itself?
You mean the game mechanics, or like you mean the features?
Yeah, just like the game, and I realize it's not this, but is it an RPG? Like, is it? You could just kind of talk to us a little bit about the game.
Yeah, to understand our game better, I would like to explain our core game loop with dual coins. So get a horse NFT, then you can play the PvP training or PvE tournament, then on run or CLT tokens as a reward. Then you can breed horses or craft items, then get new horse or item NFTs. Then you can sell them at marketplace or use them in the game. So two token we have is like one is a run governance token. It is rewarded for like a competition achievement in the PvP tournament and is used for staking, breeding, crafting, and the CLT utility token is rewarded in the training PvE mode and is consumed for PvP racing, breeding, and crafting too.
Oh, awesome! I love that dual mechanic there for the tokens. And this is all on the Polygon network, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
We use Polygon, and why we choose Polygon is like we have researched all kind of like a network and checked like community size, active needs, number of like active wallet, NFT transaction volume, everything we researched, and our conclusion was Polygon. It is a good fit to our game for chain and service stability and scalability, speed of the chain, gas fee, and foundation support was great too, like technical readiness, support to our resource like business development and market support, migration support, all the conditions and support are great. That is the reason we chose Polygon.
Yeah, and one of the great things about Polygon, and I feel like one of the first big projects on Polygon was a horse racing related game, obviously Zed Run. Can you kind of maybe compare or contrast, your all's platform to theirs in terms of well, I guess maybe someone's like, okay, there's already a horse racing game on Polygon. Why do we need another? Can you maybe answer that question?
Yeah. Then I would like to explain our unique game features that differentiated ours from others. So I would like to pick like three main features of Derby Start. The first one is unique horse racing engine and design. So Derby Star Racing engine reflect actual horse stat, more than 500 racing skills, physics of running, racetrack conditions, and natural environment such as raining, snowing, day and night, and so on. And some people say it is a great horse racing game. Some people say it is a great horse racing simulator. I like both of them. And second, expandable, economy system and various type of content. There are literally a lot of things to do in Derby Stars. Breed your horses or rent horses, train them via PvE or racing mode, and compete in PvP horse racing on tokens as a reward. Additionally, you can bet on horse racing and you can get your own land NFTs where you can build your own racetrack. Oh, I forgot to mention that you can customize your avatars and expand to Metaverse. And third is I would like to pick a AAA cartoon rendering graphics. It is subjective, but we believe our cartoon rendering graphics and visuals are unique and top-notch. There is nothing comparable to ours in Web 2 or Web 3 games. The most frequent compliment that we have received from our users are about our graphic design and visuals. I think they will differentiate our Derby Stars from other horse racing games. One more thing I would like to mention is that other horse racing games allow horses to run in dedicated lane only, and there is no interaction among horses. Whereas our Derby Stars allow horses to move in and out freely and can compete with other horses like a real horse racing game.
Okay, that's interesting. Matter of fact, I love the graphics that you guys are currently running with. It reminds me of like a Genshin Impact kind of game. I really do enjoy that. And one thing I think is really unique is the colors and the patterns and stuff on the horses. It's not just some generic, color. These seem very, very unique. Can you maybe explain to us a little bit more about the traits of the horse and things like that? Are there going to be horses that won't look the same to other horses, or is that something you're able to customize? Can you maybe give us a little rundown on that?
So in our Derby Stars game, we have numerous traits, and so basically every horse is different from one another, and we estimate that there are like over 2 billion combination of horse appearance. So even if you make breeding, the horse you just made will not be the same as any other horses in the game. So we are trying to make each horse very unique, and trying to make the gamers feel very special about their horses. And we believe that this will be like a very interesting part of the game as we launch our game and move forward.
Yeah, you never get the same horse again in the game. All the horses are unique and distinct.
Understood. So you mentioned, and this is I feel like something a lot of people are interested in, is the breeding mechanics. Can you maybe speak a little bit to that and how important that would be to someone who wants to mint one of these and race some horses?
So for breeding, how this works is there is a father horse and mother horse, right? And whenever you breed, you make a new foal. You pay a little bit of run in exchange for a new horse NFT, and that horse will get earn some genes. It's like they earn some skills from mother horse and father horse, and if father horse and mother horse is like unique horse or very rare horse, the chance of getting a good skill is higher than breeding with a common horse. And to control the inflation of horses, we there is a breeding cooldown of 7 days. So even if players want to create many horses at the same time, there's always a limit to the total supply in terms of time. So we found that doing too much inflation on horses may cause problems for the NFT holders and for the game economy. So we are trying to make the game fun and try to control the supply of horses at the same time.
Got it. Okay. Well, another really interesting thing that I think kind of sets you guys apart is, the avatar aspect of this, right? I mean, in Zed Run, it is just horses running on a track. There is no one on them or anything like that. I assume that with the anime style you guys are going for, that users will have their own avatars like racing on these horses. Is that right?
Yes. So whenever every horse has some sort of a person on top of the horse, like to race. So that is there are currently like four people you can choose from. Those right now those avatars and those people are not NFTs, but in the future we want to put more content on avatars and um, uh, things that surround our horse racing. Do you have anything to add for avatars?
Yeah. So when we launch our game in December this year, Avatar will be very basic functions it has, but in the future, definitely we have planned to customizable avatar system in our game.
Awesome. And another thing that I'm noticing is that there's a land element to this, and a lot of these games have land that you can buy or trade. Is that the case here? Is that land a track? Is it kind of an open world kind of experience when you're not racing? Can you elaborate a little more on that?
Yeah, land would be a very important element to expand into a metaverse. But land feature would be available Q3 or Q4 next year. So land is basically, you can have your own land, you can build your own building. At the same time, you can build your own like horse track over there. So very unique, your own horse tracks you can design, and you can hold kind of like a racing event over there. Then you can collect more tokens. A lot of things you can do on your own land, but it is in discussion now, and the rent system would be available Q3 or Q4 next year.
Got it. Another again, not to dwell too much on the competition. I promise I'm not trying to do that on purpose. It's a great example of what to compare you guys to starting out. I know you guys have your own tokens and things like that. What if I have a horse and I want to enter the horse into a race, with Zed Run, you had to pay an ETH, I believe, or Matic. I can't remember. It's been so long since Zed Run was relevant. What is the token that you guys are using? Is it going to be a straight to ETH kind of thing, or will your all's economy work on Run or CRT? Can you maybe explain that a little bit?
Yeah, the fundamental component of Play to Earn is tokens, and Derby Star has a dual currency economy. So the governance token Run and Play to Earn token CRT can both be acquired and consumed in game, but have some fundamentally different properties and use cases. Run tokens have a fixed max supply of 500 million and can be staked for staking reward and governance. CRT tokens are not supply limited and are used for PvP racing. And both Run and CRT tokens served to be consumed in PvE activities like breeding, crafting, and land constructions.
And to add to that, for our initial release, we are trying to use the utility token CRT as the entrance fee for PvP, and afterwards we are trying to launch governance token racing PvP game. So we are not focusing on the Ethereum or any other token right now. We are trying to use our in-game currency, but users can earn those tokens within the game if they have their NFT. In next year of the first in the first half of next year, we will be launching our rental system, and after the rental system, users can basically rent out horses for free, and they can play the game without having to pay a large sum of money upfront.
Understood. Got it. So, I on the white paper, there's this awesome little flow chart here that kind of shows the horses breeding and gaining experience and training up, as well as even a food option and some item crafting. Which it seems a lot different than what I remember Zedrud being. Can you kind of explain the training aspect of this? Is this something that people are constantly going to have to be doing to keep their horse kind of in tip-top shape? What's the mechanic behind the training, and is it a random kind of thing, or is a horse that's well trained going to perform better as well?
So, have you guys played a horse racing game called Uma Musme?
Uh, Personally, I have not. No.
So we have personally been benchmarked a lot of gaming aspects from Uma Musume. It is this the game called Uma Musume is from a Japanese horse racing game. Um, Basically, you have your horse NFT, and by training, you can increase the abilities of your horse. And during a training season of 3 years, and during that 3 years, you train your horses in a specific way of your choice. If you want your horse to be very fast like very fast, you can train your horse that way. If you want your um, horse to have a high grit or high intellect, that means that your horse can withstand body fighting with other horses, or your horse can have high chance of having skill activation. If you increase your horse stamina, that means your horse can run longer period of time. It all depends on how you grow your horse in your own way.
Oh, that's awesome. So you can kind of customize your horse, so to speak.
Yes, that's correct. We thought that by looking at like Zedrun or T-Race, there was no element of nurturing your own horse in a specific way. Everything, if you even look at Axie Infinity, everything has been decided when you sort of breed a new NFT, and there's no way to change how the NFT you cannot change your NFT after the breeding. So what we did was for users to customize their NFTs in a certain way that they think it is most efficient, and that way users can have there are a lot of ways to interact with the game rather than just hoping for the best, I guess.
Well, talking to someone in the NFT world and in real world who just makes bad decisions here, is that something that I'm going to have to live with forever with the horse, or is there a lifeline for the horse, or is there a reset button that I can press if I've built this horse out and I don't like it? Is there anything like that to kind of keep it fresh and to be able to remedy the mistakes you may made when you're training them?
There's of course a way to remedy the way you choose. The changes you made is not sort of permanent, and you can always go back and redo your training in your own way. So yeah, it's not permanent.
Okay, understood. That makes a little bit more sense. And
Yeah, each horse has like 5 stats, like speed, stamina, power, grit, and intelligence. And you can improve each stat by training your horses via PvP training mode. Also, you can improve your horsepower, your horse stat. At the same time, you can earn CLT tokens via training. So you can use the CLT token for breeding or item crafting and so on.
Understood. So again, going back, and I swear I'm not trying to bring this up to compare you guys, but again, just the best comparison I can think of with Zed Run. I remember being early in Zed Run, and you could just enter every race in the world. And I know, long after I got out of it, it seemed like they had put in a fatigue mode where over time your horse gets tired and you have to rest your horse and things like that. Is that something that you guys are implementing into this, or maybe you can explain the fatigue mode a little bit for us?
Yeah, when you train your horse, it feel like fatigue. To prevent it, you have to give some rest time for your horses, or you have to use an item. So that's the kind of like mechanism, kind of like a cool down time for easy core to like fatigue.
And I think having a fatigue mode is very important in terms of the game economy itself, because if there is no such thing, then there will be like a lot of bots that will sort of take advantage of it and just keep on running the game and inflate the game economy, which is not good in the long run.
Yeah.
Agreed, for sure. No, those damn botters, we don't want them to ruin the good fun. One thing that I thought was interesting, kind of looking the project over was, and you mentioned it, that every horse kind of has their set of skills, but there's over 500 sets of skills. Can you maybe give us some examples of the different skills, and how the 500 unique ones will add an edge to your horse when it's racing?
Yeah, there are like 5 stat and 4 talent and 2 track preference and 500 skills. And each horse has different stat, but total sum of stat is the same regardless of horse types. So for example, like unique horse A has speed 15, power 10, intelligence 5, but normal horse B has speed 10, power 10, and intelligence 10. But the skills, for example, like a certain, for example, like a unique horse has special skills for turf track and the rainy day running. So then this specific skill activated on a turf track and on rainy day.
So like a lot of skills have conditions with them. So let's say like if the arena is sunny, or if the arena has a dirt track, then the skill will be activated. There are skills like if the horse is surrounded by X amount of horses, then the horse will sort of speed up towards the goal line. And there are skills like that, and um the way you use the way the horse uses the skill within the game will be sort of the important part. And also you need, in order to have high activation rate of the skill, you need to have higher intellect. So it's the stats and skills are all combined into the final results.
Got it. One thing I know that a lot of people enjoy. And it's coming up not just in horse racing, simulators or anything like that, but in other kinds of play to earn games and Web3 games, is the ability to rent, right? To say, okay, well, I don't want to invest, X amount of money into this asset, but I could rent it for a little bit. Can you maybe explain the plans for renting?
So for renting, I think there's in the GameFi ecosystem, there are two ways people sort of approach this thing. The first way is our sort of our way of having a certain amount of unique horses, and then sort of rent it out to other users for free, so that people who own the NFT can get some sort of a passive income just by renting. And the other one that is currently sort of booming up with the free to own theme is that they just continuously print the NFTs for free, and users will take advantage and play the game. We think it for the NFT holders and this Web3 ecosystem, our way is much better in terms of the economy, because the NFT holders want to have some sort of a demand for passive income, and we know that, and we at our initial alpha launch, we don't have the rental system yet, but for our at the end of first quarter, we will be launching the rental system for our Derby Stars NFT holders, so that they can either play the game or they can rent out to new users, and we will sort of work with other guilds or other communities, and advertise so that they can play our game without having to pay any money in either Ether or Matic. They can just play the game without any strings attached.
But our internal beta build is ready and QA testing is in progress. And we are going to release our Derby Stars game in late December. But at the very beginning, you cannot play Derby Star without NFT, our horse NFTs. That is the reason I expect the rental system the most, which enable average users to play our game. I mean, the rental system, it will allow users to play the game without horse NFTs.
Understood. So you mentioned, there's going to be a launch here soon. Can you let us know when when the general public will be able to play a beta, or when that playable aspect of it comes around?
Yeah, so as I said, we aim to release our Derby Stars in late December, and including like breeding system, PvE training system, PvP racing competition, and around Q1, Q2 next year, we would like to add, as I explained, we would like to add a rental marketplace and network dashboard and crafting system, and Q3 and Q4 next year, staking and achievement system, and finally we are going to put landing stuff in the game. That's our plan.
Got it. And we have a mint coming up for this, right? Can you maybe give the details on the dates and times and everything?
You mean for the game release?
Correct. Yeah. So I guess the process there, are we going to mint a horse? Is it going to be a public sale of the horse? Sorry, I didn't catch that part.
So we did our initial Genesis horse sale back in our Terra days. So we currently don't have any plans to sell additional horses in near future. Maybe so. Our origin horses have been sold out back in Terra days, and we are just preparing for our QA and just ready for our launch in late December.
Yeah, we sold our horse NFTs through three pre-sales: December last year, and February and May this year, and total sale amount was more than 7 million.
Oh wow! Well, my apologies for not doing my homework. I did not realize that. That's my fault, guys. Congratulations on the 7 million raised in funds there. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, and another thing that, and this keeps getting brought up in a few projects that I've launched recently, is the understanding that while the mint price was great and that avenue to raise funds is awesome. It doesn't seem like you guys necessarily needed that. You guys got a ton of backing. Can you guys maybe speak a little bit to the kind of companies that are backing you guys, and maybe kind of flex a little bit to everyone out there? Because one of the things that people like to know is that, hey, this project's well funded. There's no chance of a rug because there's a lot of money betting on this to succeed. Can you guys maybe give us a little details on that?
So we've been incubated by Hash, and Hash is one of the Asia's largest blockchain VC. And then we are during the seed round, we've been co-led by Patron and Galaxy. Patron has a strong background in gaming. Their partners are from Riot Games, and they've been really helpful. And give us a lot of advice in terms of game mechanics and everything. So we have a lot of backing in terms of the Web2 knowledge, and our team is very, very knowledgeable about games also. And for Galaxy Interactive, they've been known for a lot of investment in crypto. They know a lot of insights in terms of like tokenomics and everything. So other partners are like. Recently, we have been partnered with Polygon because we moved to Polygon, and other partners that we receive investment from are some of the lists are like Arrington Capital, Mechanism Capital, A41, Coin 98, and for guilds, we received some investment from like GuildFi, Avocado Guild, Ready Player, Every Realm, Katarina. So we received our investment from a wide investors because we think in order to make a successful game, we need to have a lot of sort of feedback from a lot of parties interested. So yeah, a lot of partners. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, so we already raised 6 million in seed round in February, and it was led by Petron and Galaxy Interactive with Hashid as all its supporters, and our valuation was 60 million. And the board of advisor and partners could not be more powerful. OpenD is an incubator of Web3 project, and Hashid is a team of top blockchain expert. And Ryan, the CEO of Polygon Studio, he joined. Also, Sebastian, the co-founder and the CEO of Sandbox, he joined too. And I admit that we are game expert, but we're not blockchain expert. But thanks to advisors and partners, I can say we are Web3 game expert, fully supported by Hashid and our board members.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about VC funding is people always think, oh, they write you a check and they leave. A good VC provides, say, hey, we know the Web3 people. We can get you that kind of assistance. We can get you that kind of, help that you need. I think a lot of people undervalue projects that are VC backed because, a lot of people don't have all the answers, and a good VC helps figure those things out. That's beautiful. And just to clarify, you said 60 million or 6 million?
60 million.
So the valuation was 60 million. We received 6 million in funding. So we sold 10% of our tokens.
Gotcha. Okay, so the valuation of 60 million and a raise of 6 million plus the 7 million from the sale. So already making a profit from 1 million. Just kidding. Great. And so sorry to talk numbers. It's a really important thing. I feel like nowadays is people want to make sure that the projects that they buy into or the projects that they participate in are well funded and the teams are taking it seriously. And I think it's very clear that you guys are taking it seriously, and some really important people are taking you guys seriously as well. So I love to hear that. Well, and this is about the time we kind of wind down and ask some guest questions. I'm not seeing any questions from the crowd, so I want to make sure that I save some time for you all to either maybe give us something that maybe we missed or we didn't really talk about that you're excited to kind of explain, or use this time as a quick summary just to wrap things up and kind of, give one last pitch. So I'll give you guys the floor to decide which one you guys want to do. You could do both if you'd like. But just wanted to give you guys the floor to end things out.
Yeah, I think the two things I would like to mention is why Derby Star. So in 2019, the global horse racing market was valued at more than 270 billion according to Gion Market Research. And horse racing is an evergreen genre of racing games. And because of Uma Musume Pretty Derby, horse racing game genre is booming in the world, especially in Asia. But unfortunately, I cannot see any dominant horse racing game in Web City yet, and I cannot find any fun and entertaining horse racing game in Web City either. And 10 years have passed since we developed the mobile horse racing game, Derby Day. It was one of the most popular time management game in 2011 and 12, and as well as one of the top 10 games in Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Vietnam, etc. And 1 year has passed since we started developing Derby Stars. And we already proved that we could develop a good horse racing game 10 years ago. And so now we want to prove that we can make a good Web3 horse racing game this time again.
Excellent. I love that. Again, I really appreciate your all's time. I can't wait for people to listen a little bit more to this recording, just to see. I mean, it's one thing to talk about it. Everyone, if you're listening right now, live and or recorded, go to derbystars.com and just you come onto the page and it's this beautiful looking video. Some anime inspired, again, very Genshin Impact kind of style graphics. If you're familiar with that game, and you can go on there and you can read their medium, you can read their white papers, kind of figure out their economy that they were talking about with some awesome graphics and some details there. So really excited to see what you guys come up with. But I want to thank you for your time. Everyone listening live, I want to thank you guys. And I also want to thank everyone listening to this later. If you stayed through this whole interview, you are a rock star and we love you. So with that, gentlemen, y'all have a great day, and everyone have a great night. Thanks.